What a night of pure shock, emotion and footballing madness as Norway ripped through Italy in a 4-1 demolition that nobody saw coming. This is the kind of match that reminds you why football is the most unpredictable story ever written, because just when you think a giant will stroll in and dominate, a hungry underdog steps forward and writes history with sweat, heart and a little bit of magic. Today we're diving into the full picture of how Norway did it. Every major moment, the emotional turning points, and the complete outline of this match from kickoff to the final whistle. So stick around because this one deserves to be remembered. The game began with Italy looking confident, as if they just needed to show up and things would fall into place like they usually do. You could feel the arrogance in their passing, the calm touches, the classic Italian rhythm. But Norway walked onto that pitch with something different in their eyes. Not fear, not respect, but belief. Pure belief that tonight belonged to them. From the first minute, they pressed high, chased everything, and played as if this was their final chance to prove their identity to the world. The opening outline of the match already showed us the tempo. Norway fighting like warriors, Italy trying to control the midfield, but being surprised by how aggressively Norway pressed. And then, in the 12th minute, the stadium shook. Norway scored the first goal through a brilliant strike that came from a quick counter-attack. The ball was won in midfield, slipped through the defence, and smashed into the net with confidence. You could see it in the celebration. It wasn't luck. It was a statement. A message to Italy. Tonight will not be easy. Italy tried to recover by holding the ball, building up, slowing the game down, and creating small chances. Their outline during this phase was simple: regain control, force Norway back, and equalize before panic starts. And to be fair, they did start to settle, with long spells of possession. But Norway weren't intimidated. Every time Italy tried something, the Norwegian defensive line responded with strength, discipline, and pure determination. It felt like watching a team that had been waiting years for this kind of moment. Just before halftime, Italy finally broke through with a well-timed attack that ended in a goal. The equalizer made it 1-1, and suddenly the Italian players looked relieved. In their minds, they believed things were finally back to normal. They thought the chaos was over, but the real storm hadn't even begun. Halftime arrived with the score level, but the emotional momentum was already leaning toward Norway. You could feel it in the energy, the crowd noise, and the body language. The second half began, and what happened next was pure football drama. Within minutes of the restart, Norway stunned Italy with a second goal, and this one was even more emotional. A beautiful sweeping play from the right side ended with a curling finish that left the Italian goalkeeper frozen. The Norwegian players didn't just celebrate. They screamed, they believed, and they made the world believe with them. At this moment you could see Italy's confidence crack. And then came the turning point of the entire match, the moment that changed everything. Italy pushed forward desperately, leaving gaps behind them. Norway saw those gaps like a shark smells blood. A quick interception in midfield led to a lightning-fast counter-attack, and suddenly it was 3-0 for Norway. The stadium exploded, and so did Italy's frustration. Their outline went from control to chaos. Defensive errors, miscommunication, and emotional collapse, everything Italy is usually known for avoiding, suddenly showed up all at once. With the score now 3-1, Norway had Italy on their knees. But the unbelievable part is that they didn't stop. They didn't try to defend the lead. They attacked again. They pushed again. And in the 78th minute, Norway completed the humiliation with a fourth goal. This one felt personal, like the final punch that sealed the upset and wrote the story in bold letters. The Norwegian striker powered through the defence, cut inside, and finished with the confidence of a superstar. Italy stood stunned. The coach looked helpless. The players looked lost. and the fans couldn't believe what they were witnessing. A 4-goal beating isn't just a loss. It's a message. And Norway's message was loud. They are no longer the quiet, underestimated team. They are here to compete, to challenge, and to shock anyone who thinks they're small. The closing outline of the match is simple but emotional. Norway fought for every inch, every duel, every moment. Italy tried to respond, but couldn't match the intensity. Norway outplayed them physically, mentally, tactically, and emotionally. When the final whistle blew, you could see tears, smiles, disbelief, and pride all mixing together. Norwegian fans couldn't stop singing. Italian fans couldn't find words. That's what football does to you. The scorecard tells the story clearly. Norway 4, Italy 1. 4 goals for Norway, 1 consolation for Italy, but the emotional weight of this match goes far beyond numbers. This wasn't just a result. It was a shift. A reminder that football rewards heart as much as talent. A night where Norway stood tall and showed the world that giants can fall and underdogs can rise. If you watched this match, you felt it. If you missed it, this story alone should tell you everything. The shock, the energy, the passion, the narrative twists, the momentum shifts, and the unforgettable feeling of watching history unfold. Norway didn't just win, they conquered. And that is the full match overview. Every highlight, every emotional swing, and the complete outline of how Norway destroyed Italy 4-1 and left the football world buzzing.